We're here today to call on Bank of America to do right by folk.
I'm Peter Skillern. I'm Executive Director of the Community Reinvestment Association of North Carolina. We're a small organization that has for more than 20 years raised issues to Bank of America about its consciousness and corporate responsibility. When Bank of America used to be NCNB, North Carolina National Bank, and merged with C&S Sovereign out of Georgia, they became Nations Bank. And at that point we said it's time to reverse years and years of redlining and discrimination and make loans to our communities. And I'm glad to say that Bank of America responded to those concerns. And then when Nations Bank also bought Nations Credit and became one of the country's largest predatory lenders through Nations Credit and its subprime lenders, again we protested and said this is immoral, it's wrong for our communities, and it's bad for the bank. And while the bank responded and got out of the origination, they moved into the securitization and financing of those subprime predatory loans and betting on them on Wall Street through derivatives, hiding the harm that they're doing for the communities. And when they bought Countrywide, we protested and brought a borrower who had a loan that was in foreclosure from Countrywide and said, this is just one example of hundreds of thousands of people who are facing foreclosure. What are your plans to help modify them? And slowly, only until recently, has Bank of America finally responded to the tsunami of foreclosures and trying to help individuals and communities out of those. And it's in the interest of the bank to do so as well. So when we gather here today, we stand on a long tradition of pushing back against corporate power and privilege. The Charlotte Observer interviewed the president of the bank and said, you received $6 million in bonuses. How do you justify that? That's a huge paycheck. And the president said, well, we have to pay people what they deserve. Well, this is not an issue of what one deserves. This is an issue of power and privilege. We can pay ourselves what we can because we have the power to. And people of faith are here to say those are not the principles that we operate on. We operate on principles of equity, justice, fairness, inclusion, and on those principles shall the bank prosper. To the extent that it does not, it undermines its own foundation for success. So the Community Reinvestment Association of North Carolina joins with all of these allies, all these people of faith and labor, to call upon the bank to again do what's fair and just, not what they can because they have the power to do so. Thank you.